going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We are back with the 1953 Pontiac Chieftain. Today, it gets to debut in a Cars and Coffee in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma at Wacker Park. But before we can do that, it's a bit of a drive. I'm going to have to drive this thing about 50 miles round trip. And I know the transmission is leaking a little bit of oil, so here's what we got. Some Miller's oils. That's right. This stuff is 5-liter jugs. It's imported. Yeah, I had to have it imported. All right, this is the gear oil. This is 90 weight GL1. This is what you're supposed to use in the transmission. This is what you're supposed to use in the rear differential, because newer oils can actually attack the synchros. So we want the original GL1. We've also got, man, I've got spark plugs, plug wires, cap, rotor. We've got Rotella T4 oil. All right, right there. 1540 should be good for it. We got some coolant flush. We got, dude, we got all kinds. We got Rock Auto stuff. We've got an electronic point system to replace the original electronic point system. We got electronic ignition to replace the original points in this thing. Let's get this thing up in the air, take a look underneath. Let's see how bad it really is. All right, guys, so we're gonna start at the back and work our way up. As you can see, this gas tank looks like it may have leaked a little something at some point. I'm not sure. I did notice this, though. This is no good. You can see we're actually leaking a little bit of fuel right there coming out of the sending unit. There's a filter there, and that filter, interestingly enough, has no clamps on the hose on the filter side. On either hose on the filter side. So we definitely need to get that figured out real quick. That's kind of a big deal. It has the original shocks. Looks like the rear diff is leaking just a little bit. Not too bad. Look at those old school shocks though, guys. Wow. Here's our drive shaft. It looks all right. Yeah, she seems all right. Then we got our little resonator right here. Looks like the exhaust is all new. And when you get to about the transmission, the tail housing seems to be leaking a little bit right here. As you can see, you get up a little further. And now I did spray all this with WD-40 just now, because it is a little sketchy putting it into gear from time to time. But as you can see, it looks like it's been leaking oil somewhere down here. Here's the drain plug. Over here is the fill plug. All right, so I'm just going to pull the fill plug out real quick and pump it, make sure it's full. Another interesting thing about this is I think the heater is right here. There is like a heater core. These hoses go from the engine, okay, and this is the driver's seat. Okay, this is the bench seat. Goes all the way across the front here. This is a small radiator. There is a switch. When you turn the fan on, it blows air through this tube. You see this tube right here? And it comes out here. Well, obviously this part's broken, but there's a piece that goes here, and it will blow air from the front of the car. There's a piece missing here too, but it goes up there. I don't know how well you can see that, but right there, that connects to that, and it blows air through here, through the heater core, and up under the seat. Literally underneath the seat you're sitting on. So it's like a Generation 1 heated seat. How cool is that? All right, so here's where we're at. We broke this loose, and if we're lucky, it's gonna have fluid pouring out of it, which tells us it's full, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. Nope. Okay, time to get the pump. And let's pump it up, put some fluid in it. We gotta get on the road. All right, you know we did it right when it's oozing out of the top. That's a good sign. So we'll just put that plug back in now. God, she was really empty. really, really empty. It actually held quite a bit, so I'm gonna have to keep my eyes on it there. Obviously, she's got a few leaks. Make sure that's good and tight, and we can move on to. There we go. We can move on to trying to, I guess, put some clamps or something on that fuel line. Here we go. Let's wipe that up. And hopefully, that'll get us 50 miles round trip at highway speeds, right? All right, well, We got her done. It's 7:50, and I've got a 20-minute drive, so I'm going to be a little late. But there's the filter and the clampless hose that came out from the fuel tank. Obviously, that thing is, yeah, she's been sitting a while. Not to worry, I do have another filter on here, right here on my electric pump. There's a filter right there. That's just going to have to do for now. Come up under here, I'll show you. We got her did, man. There's the new fuel hose, and as you can see, it's got clamps on it this time, so I guess the only thing left to do now is let's get on the road and see if she makes it. I'll show you the underside one more time, so a lot of you, obviously it's going to go up for sale at some point, guys. I got to send it to paint, and then it's going to go up for sale. It's going to have all new fluids, and it's got new tires. It's got new brake hoses. The master cylinder is actually brand new as well. I found it. I couldn't tell you where the heck it is now. I found it a little while ago, and it was in a really awkward... There it is, right there. There's the master cylinder right there. There's the brake lines, and there's the adjustment screw. Okay, so it's got a new master cylinder, new brake lines, new tires, and because the brakes work so well, I have to assume it's got new brakes as well. The engine, the straight 8, does not leak, but as you can see, yeah, the transmission is leaking a little. So let's drive it at highway speeds and bring it back, get it back on the lift, and see how bad it's leaking when we get back here. All right, fire's right up, man. I lubed up the clutch a little bit. Oh, wow. Oh, dude. Okay, so before, it would not do that. In fact, first gear was almost impossible to get into gear. It goes right in. Same thing with reverse, second and third. Okay. Release the e-brake and roll out. Come on. She's cold. She hasn't had an opportunity to warm up just yet. There we go. Maybe I should bring a gas can with me, just in case. What do you guys think? I think I should bring a gas can with me, guys. Let me, Boy, I'm putting a lot of trust in that e-brake. A lot of trust into that e-brake. I'm running so far behind right now, guys. I do have some gas, and by the way, I want to make it very clear that, oh yeah, that's full. I want to make it very clear that I don't use ethanol, period, ever. All my gas, even for my lawnmowers, are 91 octane. It's straight up gasoline, man. We got no, none of that ethanol blend here. I got a few tools with me just in case things go south. All right. Let's hit the road, Jack. All right, so I want you to pay special attention to the odometer. 70,863.9. Let's get where we're going. See if we make it. All right, guys, I'm here to show you we're moving, man. I can get it up to 65. That's the speed limit. I'm going to show you. There's 60. And eventually she'll make it. There's 65. She'll do it. She's just not happy about it. So I'm going to keep her around 60. Woo! Let's get it. Take a look at this, guys. 70,881.7. And we've made it. Now take a look at the temp. This is, I'm a little concerned because the temp is sitting just under 220. But keep in mind, this was highway speeds, guys. Like, we were going 65 miles an hour. Still a little bit difficult to shift into first from time to time. But the old girl made it. Can you believe that? God only knows how long this thing has been sitting for. And it made it all the way here. I don't know how many miles it was, but it was a hell of a drive, guys. A hell of a drive at highway speeds for this old girl, and she made it to a Cars and Coffee AKA, like, it's like a little car show. I see Santa's workshop. There's his Mustang over here. Yeah, there's Santa's workshop's Mustang. Where is, there he is right there, man. Looky there. What's up?
How you doing, sir?
Where do we park?
On the spot, put it in it.
All right. She made it. All right, guys. Well, she made it. It's not on fire, so I guess we're doing good so far. Yeah, the Super 8 or Silver Streak. There she is, purring like a kitten, man. I told you she'd make it. I had no doubt about it. She made it. All right, guys, we're gonna walk around a little bit and we'll come back to you guys here in just a few minutes. Well, I figure since we made it all the way down here, we might as well show you guys around. We got a lot of cars out here, so we're just gonna take a quick walk around. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time going over all the cars, but we got a lot of gorgeous cars out here. Oh, that sounds mean. I like that. We got old Betsy over here just, you know, cooling down a little bit. You guys know how I love my Stingrays, man. I've had a bunch of these things. These are great cars. They don't ride the best, and they're not the most fun to get in and out of, but damn it, I love driving these cars. Sick, sick. And red, you know, my favorite color. My favorite color. And you got a C6 over here. And you guys know I have a soft spot for these too, man, right? Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, LED taillights too. Look at this. Yeah, she's a beauty. Oh, wow. Take a look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. And right down here, look at this Chevy 3100 with the Sonic sign on it. Love it, man. Love it. Wow, there are some beautiful, beautiful cars out here today, guys. Like I said, last time we spent quite a bit of time on this type of stuff, and I'm not going to do that this time. We're just going to run through everything real quick. Isn't that beautiful? My favorite color too. All right, let's move on. There are a lot of really nice cars out here. One of the beautiful things about me bringing mine out here is the patina and everything. I don't have to worry about keeping it clean. Oh, I love this SS right here.
That was about the third of the
383 stroker.
We never could get them to work.
He showed us one like this at
Hey, you guys see something you like, definitely comment below, man. Like I said, we're just going to run through this real fast because we got to get back to the shop and get to work on our car. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay, yeah, you know I had to stop and take a closer look at the Shelby, right? Wow. Good old Crossfire. I think we saw this at the Stratford Peach Festival. Pretty sure we saw this out there. Yeah, it's a beauty right there. Got that Crossfire injection, man, that everybody swears is garbage. They're not. You take care of them, man. They're good motors. Real good motors. This car looks like it came off the showroom floor. Beautiful.
It's free.
Look at the Butyl. Oh, look at this old International over here with a Cummins.
So if I need to save up,
Oh, dude,
I'll do. But you can see in here.
that's awesome. That is awesome. There's something you don't see every day, an MG. This is a GT. Very, very rare. I don't think I've ever seen one of these out in the out in public before.
Just a dog.
Just a dog.
Wow. Love that hatchback. Oh, no kidding? Yeah, I've had a few of them, but I've never had a GT, man. That's that is super cool.
71 model.
He's got a 6-cylinder version.
A 6? That's right. They did. Yeah.
What kind of dog is it?
Oh, that's well, that's like a Heinz 57.
Well,
This thing right here. Oh, wow. Look at the air horns. I bet those are loud.
Duke's a hazard.
Oh, yeah.
Sooner or later, they're so politically incorrect. I had to have them.
Oh, this thing is beautiful.
It's all dirty right now, but
Well, mine doesn't have any paint left to get dirty, so I don't, I'd be afraid to even try washing
that's
mine.
right. You got plenty of
Yeah.
They didn't work.
Yeah, if you wash it, the rest of the paint can come right off of it. Now, there's something you really don't see every day. I'm surprised to see this thing sitting outside. Wow.
It gets back there.
Wow. Look at that. Okay. This takes the cake right here, guys.
So anyway,
Beautiful car.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind everybody once again, we have door prizes up here. We have
I hear Michael. Boy, look at that.
so give basket.
All right. I think that wraps it up. Well, guys, she made it there and back. Are you surprised? I gotta admit, yeah, I kind of am. I kind of am. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with draining the transmission. I can tell you this, the trans shifts so much smoother when it has gear oil in it. It's very surprising, but now that the trip is over, all the fluids are still warm. I am going to go ahead and we're just going to drain this. Let's see what this stuff that comes out of the transmission looks like. We're going to do the oil, the coolant. Oh, wow. Yeah, she's a little grody. All right. Pull the top one out too, just to help it breathe. I've already cracked it loose. There we go. The good news is I don't see any chunks of metal coming out of it, right? That's a positive sign. All right. Well, let's let her drain for a little bit. Then we'll move on and drain the engine oil. That one should be fun. All right, now let's run up under the front. Let's drain this oil. I don't know how long this oil's been in here, but we've been riding on it, so here we go. Let's see if we can get this thing to focus just a little bit there. There we go. There it goes. Ooh, she's hot. Black. Look at that. Ugh. Well, so far so good. I don't see any chunks or pieces of the engine coming out with it, right? Okay, I'm gonna let her drain, guys. Then we can start filling things back up under here. All right, so moving on to the rear end. As you can see, I've already got the drain bolt out, and I had to use this this suction pump right here. Unfortunately, I could not find an actual drain bolt on this. I guess I should have called that the fill bolt. It was full of oil. Of course, it was. You can see the color in this is pretty black. It's pretty dark. I ended up having to use this to push it down in there and suck everything I could out of it. So it's pretty much empty. We're going to go ahead and fill that back up with gear oil. Oops. Let's take a dip under here. Come back over here. The engine. We have the plug back in there. And the transmission. I need to clean that up a little bit. I forgot to clean it up. Oops. And it's just sitting here dripping. But the transmission here, as you can see, we have filled it up and put the plug back in that as well. So all I got to do now is fill up the rear end, close it up, clean this mess up right here, and we can drop her down and we'll fill her up with some fresh oil. So for those of you that are wondering how I'm doing this, I mean, so far we haven't even gone through one 5-liter container, and we've filled the transmission the first time, then we just refilled it again, and now we're filling up the rear differential. I'm gonna have to two-hand this, guys. I just wanted to show you kind of how I've got it set up. I got my oil pan standing there, holding this up so that I can pump and fill it up. But when it starts pouring out, I'll pull that piece out. We'll throw this plug in it, and we will be finished under here. Okay, we're moving right along. At least that's what I thought anyway. There's a lot more to do, as you can see here. We are going to do spark plugs. We're going to do plug wires, distributor cap, rotor bug, and then we've got a Pertronix. Yeah, you know I do this to all these old cars, guys. There it is, the Pertronix igniter. This little thing was $175 from like Summit Racing. There's the adapter plate. It either goes on that way or that way, depending on which direction the distributor rotates. There's your little magnetic pickup right there. And then a little spacer adapter and some screws. It's all fairly simple to install. The only thing that sucks is these are custom spark plug wires right here. So depending upon whether you need a 90-degree elbow or a straight, you got to actually fold these back, and then you got to pick the right ones for your application, and you have to terminate these yourself. But you know, no big deal. We also got to put oil back in it, and take a look. There's the distributor right there. I've already got it somewhat taken apart. It's a matter of now removing the points, removing the condenser, and slapping this stuff in there. And you never have to worry about points on this car again anyway. I don't know. What do you guys think? We're getting there. Well, we're making a little bit of progress. I have since put 4 quarts of oil in, which seems to have topped it off where it needs to be. And I think the most exciting part is, look at this. We now have an electronic ignition in this old car. $175 for that bad boy, but I think it'll be reliable. You know what I mean? This is something that's so easy to do, very simple. You got a hot in the ground. That's it. We're going to end up hooking those up to the coil here in just a minute. Then we're going to replace the cap, the plugs, the wires, and well, we're almost to the end of the tunnel, guys. Okay, so now the question is, will it run? We've got the distributor put back together. Everything's wired up. The only issue I'm having is this is like build a spark plug wire workshop here. And it says to cut and then fold this core over and then attach, crimp the piece onto it. Well, the problem is there's no conductor that I can see here. Guys, I've never done this before. All right, so all this metal core, or this core right here is this black core sticking out. It's full of this like insulation. There's no metal in there. So I already checked. That's why I got the voltmeter. I checked for continuity. Of course, there's no continuity between one end of this and the other. Now, I'm probably missing something quite obvious. Like I said, I've never built one before. So as of right now, I'm having a bit of a problem putting together the plug wires because they're all like that. So right now, I just want to know, is it going to run? Because once you take the points out and you start throwing in new parts, you just don't know, man. So let's find out. Okay, well that made quick work of that, didn't it? We should have some good oil pressure coming up here with that fresh oil. She fired right up. That's really good. That's good news, because I'm not leaving here until this thing is ready to go home. Now, of course, she's going to be cold. All right, take a look at the miles, guys, from earlier. We are now at 70,900.2. All right. That's all I needed. So now we know that the point setup I threw in there worked. fresh oil, fresh trans, fresh diff fluid. I guess now we're going to go ahead and pull those plug wires, and let's pop these plugs out, put some new plugs in, and I don't know what I'm going to do about these. I don't know what I'm going to do about these guys. I really don't. I've never done this before. You're not going to be able to see down in there. No. But surely this can't be conductive, right? Like this piece right here, there's nothing in it but like this furry stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to continue on my way. We'll reconvene here in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. I went ahead and built the plug wires, man. I was like, screw it, let's try it, man. And, well, it's all back together. We have new spark plugs, new plug wires, new distributor cap, new rotor bug, new electronic ignition, all new fluids. Haven't done the coolant yet. And yes, the power steering, I actually did that when I first got the car. So the power steering fluid is brand new. Yeah, so there it is. As you can see, I don't have the battery in it yet. So let's throw the battery in it and let's see if it runs. Build a plug wire workshop here over at Auto Auction Rebuilds. Are you ready? Moment of truth. We have put everything that was in these boxes into this car, except for the excess stuff. I bought excess oil and excess gear oil and stuff. Aside from that though, yes, we got all of it into this beautiful car. Here we go. It's either gonna run or it's not. We'll see. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, she runs. She seems to be running well. I bet I just splat. Oh, yeah, I just shot exhaust and sooty stuff all over my garage door. That's nice. Listen to her purr, guys. Yeah. Now she's cold, and she doesn't have a choke. The choke is always open. So when it's cold, it kind of runs a little poorly. But once she warms up, she runs like a beast. Wow. All right, so let's take a look at these plugs now. We've got 1 through 8. We'll start with number 1, and we'll just we'll take a quick look at it, man. All right, there's number 1 and number 2. It's hard to get to the focus there, isn't it? All right, number 3. And number 4. You tell me. Number 5. Number 6. Look at that. Number 7. Come on, there we go. And number 8. All right, there is all 8, 1 through 8. You guys can comment below and tell me what those spark plugs tell you, because honestly, I don't have a clue. All right, now we're gonna move on to something a little more fun. I don't know, maybe. You tell me. This is the Prestone flush kit right here. This fits snugly inside your radiator. All right, and you just choose the direction you want it to spew crap out. Then you run your water hose to the heater hose, and you have to cut your heater hose, and you splice a T in, and it's pretty simple, guys. I'm gonna set the camera down. I'm gonna go crank the hose on. You ready? Let's see what comes out of this. I'm genuinely curious what this is gonna look like. I've already run some very, very good Blue Devil Super Flush, and it's flush and degreaser. Here goes. Oh, wow. Guys, that is absolutely nasty. Yeah, she needed a back flush real bad. So, we're just going to run that through until the water finally comes out clear. And at that point, your cooling system is relatively clean and you're good to go. Drain it, fill it up with some fresh coolant. All right, guys, that right there is exactly what you're looking for. Nice, clean stream of water. So with that, I think we have successfully flushed our cooling system. And now we can drain this water and fill it up with some fresh green antifreeze. Well, guys, I am here to tell you, man, I've been at this since 5 o'clock in the morning, and it is now 7 o'clock at night. Is this 50-50? It's 50-50. Oh, that's just water? Come on now, Randy. Okay, this is brand new, so I know this isn't water. There we go. Let's dump some of this in there. And she should be happy. I'm going to put, I don't know how much it's going to hold. I'm guessing a couple gallons, maybe 2 to 3 gallons. We'll go ahead and fill it up with fresh antifreeze. Pick up the shop. We can put this on the trailer and get home. I'm hungry. I haven't had dinner. Well, guys, I'm about ready to get out of here, man. It is 7:15, and yeah, 106. It has been hot as hell today. No joke, it has been awful. We're gonna go ahead and get this car loaded up on the trailer, and let's pick up the shop and get out of here. Ready to do this? Listen to that. This car just, it loves to be back on the road again, man. It really does. Oh no, did I make it? Did I make it? I didn't make it. Ah, did we do it this time? Come on, man. There we go. It's so much easier when you got somebody with you, you know what I mean? There we go. I don't want to go much further than that, honestly. Put too much weight on the tongue. Okay, well, job well done, guys. Job well done. All right, we got the 53 Pontiac strapped down. Man, I got a lot of people still asking me, you still got the grain truck? I do. I do. And just a quick update to that. Kansas got a hold of me, and they said, unfortunately, there's nothing they can do. They said that if I were to bring it back to the state of Kansas, then they could have the highway patrol verify the VIN tag and do a correction. But like I told them, I was like, it was a $1,300 truck. Like, I have to rent I gotta rent another gooseneck just to bring the thing back up there. And loading it, and no. Can't do it, man. Here's what I'm gonna do, though. Real quick. I'm gonna clean up this mess so that my shop is clean and organized again. I got tools I gotta pick up. And then I guess we'll do some final thoughts and get the hell out of here. Well, as you can see, I cleaned up my shop. Tools are organized and put up. You know what that means? It means it's 8 o'clock at night. I can finally go home, and I'll get there around 10. So I didn't appear much of this video. Most of this video was me just doing stuff and recording, and I know there's going to be some of you that are disappointed that I did not do like a step-by-step. For that, I apologize, guys, but there was so much to get done today. As you can see, like, I'm going to get home at 10 o'clock. I left home about 5:30 this morning. All right, so I wanted to get it done, but I wanted to share the experience with you guys. I wanted to take you along to that car show / Cars and Coffee that Michael from Santa's Workshop hosted. By the way, link to Santa's Workshop will be down below. Definitely go give him a follow, man. I actually had, and I didn't record it, but I had a lot of attention out there on the old 53 Pontiac Chieftain. And I love that car. I love that car. So in this video, I really just wanted to kind of take you guys on a journey. One day with this is one day in the life of me, all right? One day. We have spent the entire day together. I mean, from the time the sun came up and now the sun is about to go down, you guys hung out with me today, and I really appreciate you joining me and watching this video, which is probably long. I guarantee you the video is still longer than I would like it to be, even though I cut out doing most of the work. It is what it is, though. I had a wonderful time. I hope you enjoyed yourself as well. A lot of you got questions like, what are the plans with the 53 Pontiac? I'm going to be honest with you guys up front. You're going to probably be mad at me, but I'm going to go ahead and just get it out on the table now so you can get mad at me and be done with it. I'm not keeping the car, guys. I'm not keeping the 53 Pontiac, although that is probably the closest I'll ever come to keeping one of these cars. That car is inside, and I know, anyway, the brakes, you're probably saying, Randy, you didn't change the brake fluid. I didn't have to change the brake fluid on that one. On that one, somebody has redone the brakes, the hoses, the master cylinder, the fluid. The brakes were already done, so I didn't need to worry about that. We changed every other fluid. Power steering was done off video before we even were recording this. That was like a week and a half ago. Keep in mind, a lot of my videos come out a week or more after I have filmed them, okay? So try to remember that. The Pontiac Chieftain is going to paint. I am not leaving it splotchy, green, and rusted. I am going to send it to Mako. I'm going to have them sand it and reprime it and reshoot it. What color? I'm torn. I'm going to be up front. Normally, I like to keep it hidden from you guys, but here are my color options. Dark green with metallic. Kind of like a polo green. If you look up an old Corvette from the 90s, like a C4 polo green, but with some metallic flake, I think that would look sick. Also, purple, dark purple with metallic flake. Again, I think it would look sick. Or, this one I'm real torn on, the original color. That light green color. No metallic flake, single stage, you know, the way they did it back in the old day. Exactly the way it looks now, except with bright green paint. I'll be honest with you, I'm leaning more towards the dark green with metallic flake and the light green with no metallic flake. Those are two I'm really leaning towards. I've really been enjoying seeing you guys come out to these car shows and Cars and Coffee and stuff. So a lot of you guys and gals have come out there and met myself and Santa's Workshop, and that is really cool to get to interact with you, to sit down. I bought some people lunch today. Like, we went out and had lunch together. It was a good time, a good experience. So look, next time this happens, which is the third Saturday of the month, okay? So obviously this month is over. So September, the third Saturday of September, we're going to be doing it again at Wacker Park in Pauls Valley. So if you guys can, you know, that's a month away. If you guys can make a schedule to come out here, we would love to have you. We'd love to see. It doesn't cost you anything, and we would truly enjoy hanging out with you and meeting some of our subscribers. Really cool, really fun time. Santa's Workshop, again, down below. Once the Pontiac Chieftain is back from paint, I will most likely send it down the road. I'm just going to be honest with you right now. I'll probably send it down the road as soon as it's back from paint. Let me just run something down real quick, and we're going to get out of here. The amount of money and labor it takes to restore a car properly, to rebuild it, it's insane. It's honestly, it's astronomical, and in my opinion, it's not worth it. Not for most. Now, there are those rare cars and those rare people that just, I mean, they make them better than new, and then they send them off to like Barrett Jackson, and they go for $1 million, okay? But realistically, 99 times out of 100, that's not how it works. Go on Craigslist, go on Facebook Marketplace, and look at some of these beautiful cars. Camaro SSs, the old Z28s, Chevelles, Malibus, 6.4 Impalas, just Impala SSs, okay? Can't forget the pony cars. Ford Mustang, okay? Ford Mustang. I don't want to leave those out. There's a lot of them, guys. People that have taken $30,000 and invested it into building these beautiful cars, and then they're on Facebook Marketplace for 15 grand. There's a reason that happens, guys, because the value just isn't there for resale. If you're going to keep it, hold on to it, man, that's great, absolutely. But if you're inevitably going to sell it down the road, there's no reason to dump 30 grand into a car that you can't get $15,000 out of. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at it may not be a real GTO. It may be a GTO clone. It's a 68 Pontiac Le Mans, whatever. It's a 68 Le Mans convertible, okay? Red with the white top. Yes, it's got I believe it's a 350. It says it's a 350, but the engine's painted the Pontiac green, so I'm wondering if it's like a Pontiac 400. I don't know. But anyway, runs and drives, beautiful example of a car. Black leather, floor shifter, automatic. You know how much the guy's trying to get out of it? $18,900. And I could probably talk him down to $15,000 today. I could probably talk him down to $15,000. Then I've got this beautiful car that somebody put all their work into and money, and I can go to the car shows and enjoy it and show it off for half of what it costs to actually restore it. So that's where I'm at with restoring the cars. I love bringing them back. I love making them shine, making them look good again. I love sending them to auction, watching you guys end up with them. That's a lot of fun for me. But as far as like full-on restores, you guys know I don't have the skills to do that, which means I got to farm it out to somebody else. To farm it out to somebody else means it's going to cost money. And that kind of money, most of these cars that I pick up, 4-doors, I love them. You guys love them. Unfortunately, the market doesn't love these 4-door cars. Just the way it is. 4 doors means too many doors in the real world. Now, for you and me, we love them just the same. We love saving these old cars. That's what I'm about. I'm about saving them, bringing them back, and putting them back on the road again. Hey, if you enjoyed the content, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. I would truly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not currently subscribed. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and whatever other ones there are. Auto Auction Rebuild, Santa's Workshop. One more time down below. Stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon in the next one.